Hey guys, so I'm actually here at the house. You can tell I got my slippers and sweatpants on. So somebody keeps leaving my garage light on, and I don't like paying for a light to be on when nobody's home. So I'm gonna put a motion sensor switch on my garage light so that whenever you pull in the garage, it automatically comes on. It'll stay on for 5 minutes and then it'll go off. Or you can push this button here on the bottom and you can turn it on and off that way. So whenever you're installing one of these, the directions are on the back, some directions. So you've got ground. If neutral is available, remove the green sleeve and connect to neutral. So let me get all the stuff out and I'll show you what all comes. Actually, let's put it here on the back of the car. So what comes in this box is here's a wire nut, I'm glad. And then here is your switch. Here's the actual motion sensor switch that's going to go in. And I like the Leviton brand. It's $1 more than the cheaper brand, but for the extra $1, I think it's well worth it. So you've got two black wires and a small green wire and a white wire that has a green sleeve on it. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. More wire nuts down in here. More wire nuts down in here. Should be fine. And yeah, so down in there is the directions. Of course, being an electrician, I don't need the directions. I've installed tons of these, but in case you're doing it at your house, the directions are in there. Or you can just watch this video and I'll show you exactly what goes where. So if we take this piece of tape off here, and before we get started, just as a disclaimer, all electrical repairs should be done by a licensed electrician or under the supervision of a licensed electrician. Now, granted, you can wire your own house, but only if you show that you are competent to do so will they give you a homeowner's permit. So, anyway, back to the motion sensor switch. We've got on here green ground sleeve or neutral white. Without neutral, device must be grounded to function. Line or load is the black wire. The green with yellow stripe is your equipment ground, and line or load black line. So it does not matter whether you put the incoming or the outgoing power on either one of these black wires, it's still going to work. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie these two, the white wire and the green and yellow wire, I'm going to tie those together to my bare wire coming in my switch box. And once I tie those together, I'm going to connect it, of course, to the bare copper wire, which is my ground. And then I'm going to wire my incoming hot on one of these blacks and my outgoing to my light on the other black. I've got plenty of wire nuts to do that, thanks to Leviton. And once I get it wired up, I'll get back to you and show you what it looks like. Okay, guys, so before I go any farther, I pulled this existing light switch out, and as soon as I pulled it out, I saw that it was pretty much totally destroyed and the wire was barely in the hole that it's made to go in. So I'm not sure what happened when they installed this, but it looks like somebody broke the light switch. Honestly, I can't believe this thing even worked. So hey, sometimes it's a good thing to be working on and changing things in your house, because you might find something that'll actually save your life one day. You know, people make mistakes all the time. Whoever put this in there may or may not have known that it even broke. They may have tightened it down and it just cracked against wire nuts or whatever. But yeah, so I'll get back to taking this apart and I'll show you what it looks like. Hey guys, so I've got this wired up. I want to show you what we've done here. So I don't know which neutral goes to which circuit, so we're going to wire this without the neutral. So both of these switches share the same circuit, this light switch and this occupancy switch. The light switch goes to my lights outside my garage, and the occupancy switch will go to my garage. So in order to do that, I had to jump the hot wire. So this is my jumper wire that makes sure I share the current with this switch. So down here you will see that wire that's jumpered off of that switch. That's my hot wire. That's the wire that comes from the breaker. It hits the bottom side of that switch and the bottom side of this switch. Okay, that makes both of these able to function. So now this circuit's already landed for the light outside the garage. This circuit right here, that circuit goes to the top side of my occupancy switch. So just the top black wire. Now you can alternate them, it doesn't matter what order you put them in, but since I want this to be in here with the sensor on top, this is the sensor, this is the indicator light, this is your buttons. So I want that to be on top, so I went ahead and landed the wire coming from the top on the top, the wire coming from the bottom on the bottom, and then my ground and the green sleeve wire tie together. Let me show you that. The ground and the green sleeve wire, which is actually a white wire, tie together and they go to this ground wire. Now that ground wire is also shared between both switches. So that ground wire is shared, so it's landed there on this one, and then it jumps over to there, and I put my green and yellow wire and my green sleeved white wire under that one wire nut. So I've got the hot coming in on the bottom, the light, the wire that goes to the light is on the top black, and the ground is shared between my two switches. So there you go. I'm going to put this in here and I'll show you how to program this thing. There's all kinds of settings for it. So let me put it in and put the cover on and I'll show you how it works. Alright guys, so I was not going to go through the instruction manual with you all, but I decided to go ahead and in case you didn't have the instructions and you had one of these in your house and you would like to change the settings. So to change the settings, of course, you're going to hold the top and bottom button down for 5 seconds. And that is going to take you into setting mode. It'll stay on for 5 seconds. Okay, I was already in setting mode. So now we're going to go back into setting mode. Alright, now we are in setting mode. It should stay on for 5 seconds. Alright, I'm in setting mode. I should be in setting 1 automatically. So I want to go to option 2. So I'm going to hit the down button 1 time. And you missed that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so my light blinks 4 times. So we're going to hit that bottom button again. And that's setting 1. Setting 2. Okay, setting 2 is what I'm looking for. So now we'll hit the top button. And it takes us to the number 2 setting, which is sensitivity to motion. So I want the sensitivity to motion to be high. So I'm going to go to option 3. So when I press the bottom button, it went to option 3. So if you press the bottom button again, That's option 4. That's option 1. Option 2. So I want option 3. All right, and option 3 is high sensitivity. Now we'll go to setting 3. So we'll push the top button. That should take us, yep, see that red light flash? Yep. All right, and it comes preset on medium light level. So since I'm in the garage, it's a low light area. It's usually dark in here. So what I want to do is put it on option 1. So I'm going to hit the bottom button. That's option 3. That's option 4. And that's option 1. So I want that as my settings. So now to save this, you hold the top and bottom buttons down. And once that goes off, it should be saved. All right, so now all you do, step over here out of the way, turn the light off. Okay, so I had to leave the room for a minute so that it would reset. So we're going to try going out in the garage and seeing if it turns on. And there it is. Awesome. So yeah, it's definitely working. So yeah, you can push the button to turn this thing off and on, or you can simply leave the room and it'll turn off in 5 minutes. So I really like these, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment. Like always, if you're curious about what tools I use during this, I will put them in the description where you can get them. All you got to do is click the link and make sure you put it in the cart in case you want to remember it later, but you don't remember which video it was or whatever. Just put it in the cart and then you can pay for it whenever you want to. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this, and thanks for watching and have a great day.